Travis, and this is going to be my intro video. I'm going to use the Vinyl Tag 2017 questions. I know it's last year's questions, but I think it'll give you a good idea of kind of music that I listen to / collect, and also a bit of my background in collecting vinyl. I have the questions in front of me, so I'm going to be looking down at points, so forgive me. Also, I'm getting over a cold, so I might have a cough here and there, or a sniffle. I don't want to make this too long, so I'm going to get right into the questions. Question 1, how many records do you own? I own 338 records, 4 10-inch, 50 or so 7-inch, and the rest are 12-inch LPs. Excuse me. What kind of record player do you have? I have a MCS 6603, which is a modular component systems brain fart player. It's a 1980s J.C. Penney model. I believe it's based off some Technic model, but I'm not totally positive on that. I've had it for about 4 years. It replaced a piece of shit that I heard that decided just to quit on me. I think it's really good. It sounds great, and it's been a trooper, so I'll probably be using it until it actually explodes. Okay. Question 3, how old were you when you started collecting records? I was about 16 or 17, and and that's when I bought my own stereo system, which I still have most of it behind me, and then purchased a record player at that time. Okay, what is the fun stuff? What is the oldest record you own? So show and tell time. This is 1949, Frank Froiba, Backroom Piano. I got this for $1 at a thrift store. I thought it looked interesting. Surprisingly, it plays well. After cleaning, it played surprisingly well. There are actually no skips on this. So, kind of a cool find. I thought it was interesting. Question 5. What is the first record you ever got? So question 5 and question 6 I'm actually going to double up on. And question 6 is, what is the first record you got with your own money? So when I was 16 or 17, can't remember, I had a summer job. I used that money and I bought my own stereo system. And when I got the record player, I went out and bought a stack of records. These were all used records, so nothing. I didn't buy anything new at the time. And this is just a few of them because I can't remember all of them. But so I got Rush 2112, Simon and Garfunkel. Big fan of Simon and Garfunkel, and I think if you're collecting records, you need to at least have one of their albums in your collection. They're just really, really good. So Led Zeppelin, and I've always been a fan of the Gatefolds. I don't know if that comes through, but yeah, pretty badass. Black Sabbath, and a lot of these were, when I bought them, were in kind of rough condition. The vinyl themselves were good plus at least, but yeah, jackets are rough. Steppenwolf 7, and this cover is one of my favorites of all time. It's just so badass. It's like psychedelic metal doom. I don't know, it's really, really cool. And Tommy. So yeah, I picked up a lot of, classic type bands, but right. Question 7. What is your favorite colored vinyl? So last month I went to go see Red Fang. I've seen them once before, but they're touring their new album, Only Ghosts. And I picked this up at the show and brought it home, cracked it open, and I just thought this was pretty freaking cool. It's gold with black splatter. Very, very shiny. Looks like liquid. The label itself is pretty cool too. But yeah, I'm a big fan of theirs. Their live show is super, super fun. They sound great. But yeah, if you're a fan of like stoner metal, garage rock, I don't know. I'm not really good at putting bands in their genres or whatever, but you should check them out nonetheless. Okay. Question 8, what is a discount album? So I think this question is like, what is an album you got for cheaper than what it's possibly worth? So I pulled out my copy of Tool's Anima. This is an original pressing. It's in great, great, great condition. But I got this for $10 about 6 years ago. I honestly don't know if the guy knew what he had, but even 6 years ago, getting this for $10 is kind of unheard of. Recently looked up on Discogs, and the price for this album is like ridiculous. So to grab it for $10 is definitely a discount buy. But I am super happy to have it, and it's not for sale. Okay. What is your prized possession? So I prize all my vinyl are prized possessions. Like, you know, I spend a lot of time and effort and money in the collection to get what I want. So I had to think about this and go through my collection and actually kind of pick one, which was kind of tough, but ultimately my prized possession is Hope's Fall, Frailty of Words. The reason why this would be a prized possession to me is it's more because of the nostalgia that goes behind it. Hope's Fall was basically my introduction into the hardcore scene, which ultimately led to metal scene and whatever scenes, whatever. So back in 98 or 99, buddy took me to a show, said I needed to go see this band, and I had never heard of them, and I went and saw them, and I was just blown away by what I saw and what I heard. And they would be classified as melodic hardcore, I guess, but I left the show, I bought their CD, and have been listening to it ever since. It is one of my favorite albums. I don't know, the album struck a chord with me and still does. But yeah, this was pressed in 2012, I believe, by Broken Circles on white and blue marble. I believe there are a couple other variants, but yeah, to have this in my collection is pretty special, I would say, without getting too sappy and weird. Alright, question 10, a record by a female artist. I have a few female artists that I really like to listen to, and I have several in my collection, but I chose Melanie. I got this for $1. I was just rummaging through the folk section, and I was like, never heard of her, $1, why the hell not? Brought it home, listened to it, and was just blown away by her voice. She has an amazing voice, and it's absolutely perfect for folk music. This album is Gather Me, but yeah, there are a couple hits on here. I didn't know they were hits at the time, but Little Bit of Me and Brand New Key. She was also a performer at the original Woodstock, so also a nice little tidbit of info. But yeah, I really, really enjoy her voice. I enjoy her music immensely. You should check her out. Okay. A record by your favorite band. So, I've heard this band mentioned a couple times in the BC, but I don't think I've ever seen anybody show a record of theirs. This is one of my favorite bands, and they have been for a very, very long time. And they are actually playing behind me. So if you like what you're hearing, you are hearing Zao. The album is Liberate, Tex and Ferris. Yeah, this band's been around since, I believe, started in 93 or somewhere around there, and they are still going today. They have such an interesting background and history. Dan Wayne's voice is incredible and works so well for the metalcore genre that they are in. But also his lyricism is incredible. Great lyrics. But yeah. This was also pressed by Broken Circles 2011, and yeah, I don't know. I guess this could be a prized possession too. I kind of have the same background as that with Hopes Fall, but so if I was running out of the house, I'm grabbing this album and the Hopes Fall album, and that's it. Okay. Wow, we're question 12. An impulse buy. Alright, so I don't buy impulsively all that often. When I do, it's 7 inches because I'm only spending $1 to $3. And I basically just base them off the jacket art. And so I just pulled a few. And if I end up not liking the record, well, at least I have, cool jacket art. Cool piece of art, I guess. But, 4-letter word. Loudmouths. Terrifying experience. His eyes are creepy. Letter bombs. And Crypt 33. So yeah, I'd say about 80% of my 7 inches are impulse buys. Alright, question 13, a gift. So my best friend got this for me this past Christmas. Yeah, I was at the record store and just kind of looking through what they had, and found this in the new used, and I couldn't justify spending the money because I had already spent so much money on Christmas gifts, which kind of bummed me out. Anyway, so I was talking to my friend and telling her that this album was there and it was bugging me that I couldn't buy it or anything like that. And she's like, well, I haven't actually got you a gift yet, so here's some cash and go get that album. So she basically got me Apocrypha and the Sword. I'm a big Sword fan, and I love this album, and it's been on my want list for a very, very long time. And kind of makes it extra cool, I guess. is it's pressed on glow-in-the-dark vinyl. Now I'm thinking I'll make a video of it in real time so you guys can see it glow and all that. But it's pretty cool. And I just want to thank Jana for getting me this, because this is awesome. Super, super cool, and I love it. Alright, question 14 was played records. So my collection's not that big, so I routinely rotate everything, and everything kind of gets its turn, you know, on the table. And but one band that gets played more often than not, excuse me, is Russian Circles. This was also a gift from a couple years ago, a couple Christmases ago, but this is Russian Circles Enter. I am a big fan of post-rock and post-metal genre, and this was pressed on silver and black splatter, but they are definitely one of my favorite post-rock, post-metal bands. Super, super talented dudes. All of their albums are great. And I just chose this one because it's one of my favorites of theirs. But yeah, Russian Circles. All right, a rarity. So I have a few rarities, but this one by far is the one I think is the coolest. This is Horse the Band Pizza, or their pizza album. Came in a pizza box, and what kind of makes this a little extra cool is the attention to detail. So their track listing came on coupons, not redeemable anywhere, but also the album is on a 10-inch pizza. Picture disc, not a real pizza. But I think that is probably one of the coolest picture discs I have ever seen. Side B. All the songs have to do with pizza in one way or another. But yeah. Came with a little plastic table to keep the top of the box from touching their pizza. Doesn't have a function for this set, but kind of cool little add-on detail. There were 550 of these pressed. I got this when it first came out for $25, and now goes for $300 to $350 at the highest, I think. So yeah, pretty cool. All right. That was a rarity. A rainy day record. So if it's rainy out or I'm feeling sad or blue or anything, I go straight to something that's emo. This is Sunny Day Real Estate, their album Diary. I love this album. Every song on it is so good. I can listen to this in succession over and over and over again. I like the art too. Yep, Sunny Day Real Estate, my rainy day pick. Alright, and so for now, a feel-good album. If I want to dance and sing along, I go straight to Elton John. He is, I don't know, I really, really love Elton John and his music. It chose greatest hits just because, yeah, it's easy listen. You know, you just throw that on and start dancing or doing some karaoke to it. But that's my feel good. All right, a nostalgic record. So this record, I'm sure, has made its way onto the VC. Sorry about that. Onto the VC several times, hundreds and hundreds of times. Probably everybody's shown it. But I don't need to hype this album. Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. This is nostalgic to me because before I had my own stereo or records, I was using my dad's and listening to his records. And he has this original pressing that I would listen to, and I would put giant headphones on and just turn up the music and get lost in just the experience that this record provided. My dad and this record alone are the only reasons why I collect vinyl. So that's that. All right, question 19, record store day purchase. Before I go into that, I know people have their opinions on yes or no to record store day. I will say I will go on record, pun intended, that I enjoy record store day. I like standing in line and talking to people about what they're looking to get. And I kind of like the whole experience around it. But that's for another video, I guess. But I chose this 7-inch split picture disc, Misfits and the Lemonheads, both performing Skulls. I don't know, I'm a fan of the Misfits. This is pretty cool picture disc too, so yeah, I think this was 2013 purchase. I can't remember, somewhere around there. All right, and last question, a recent purchase. I'm just gonna go right out into it. Got Warren Zevon's Excitable Boy. Friend introduced me to Warren Zevon about 5 years ago, and yeah, I've never had any Zevon in my collection. Saw this, it was perfectly priced, bought it. A couple days later, I wanted more, and I got his first album. So, and yeah, if you haven't listened to any Warren, check out either one of these, and because you can't go wrong. They're both full of really, really good songs. So, all right, that's my intro. I hope you enjoyed, what you saw, or I don't know what to really say about it. Yeah, anyway, I plan on making some more videos. I have some ideas, and yeah. I guess I should welcome you. Welcome to the Blue Room. And my name's Travis, again. And yeah, if you like what you heard and saw, come back, and hope to, talk to you guys. If you have any comments, go ahead and leave them. And yeah, let's have a discussion. All right, I don't know what to say. Anyway, thanks. Bye.